This is Sabrina Pletz. In this presentation, Adapt and Respond, the need for development of human skills submerged in a technological society, is based off of Margaret Heffernan's 2019 TED Talk, where she discusses her feelings on our growing dependency of technology is making us less skilled, less inventive, less creative, and basically deteriorating our human skills and our communication skills with one another. So let's start with these efficiency myths she talks about. And actually I want to talk about the definition of what efficient even means. Efficient is defined as capable of producing desired results with little or no waste as of time or materials. And Heffernan believes efficiency is scientific management on steroids, void of personal soft skills, and cannot adapt to the unpredictable. Being efficient, you cannot adapt to we can prepare, but we cannot predict what might happen tomorrow or in the future. She also believes that we are outsourcing things to machines that we can do ourselves, and she believes that we're letting the machines think for us. So we are not engaging in those deep thought processes and communication. And so it makes you want to take a step back and think, okay, well, why is this need for super efficiency? Why does our society live this way? And basically, in today, we live in this fast-paced information age. It offers instant gratification, instant information. People are always either looking for ways to make themselves more productive or their employees, subordinates. Efficiency and productivity are almost like buzzwords in today's society. Everybody's looking to be more productive, make themselves more productive, more efficient. We got to get this done. But Heffernan pointed out we are not taking the time to actually see what efficiency is doing to our culture, doing to humanity. And so she even talked about how, like a grocery store, you come in, you clock in, you do this piece of work right here, and you're super efficient. You clock out, but we're not stopping to think, okay, but what about the elderly person that might need help carrying her groceries out? What about the mom that's got 3 kids and one's running around and now there's one lost and we need to stop and lock down the store and find that child? What about someone that knocks over 6 cartons of eggs and now we have to clean that up? And the personal interactions. What about the person at the butcher, the person that's cutting the meat, and you're talking to them and you're engaging, you're asking them how they're doing, the reasons why somebody wants to go to that store over another store, and efficiency might not be doing what we think it's doing. Heffernan also talked about competition being on the forefront of every action we take. We want to get into the right school. We've got to get the right job. We've got to be the very best at everything we do so we can be at the top. We can be the boss. This is the society we live in and now Heffernan believing, and that was a 2015 TED Talk, she talked about the competition, that technology is basically, pushing us that way. And then I even want to talk about Lee in 2008, his TED Talk believes artificial intelligence should take over the routine jobs, which to me is very scary because everyone was not born to be a CEO, supervisor, or a member of Mensa, especially right now, without people performing these routine jobs that pay close to minimum wage. We would not be able to put gas in our cars. We would not be able to buy groceries at our supermarkets, the things we need to survive right now in this COVID-19 era. And so and then these people too, they need to have skills that interact with each other and soft skills and human skills. How do we go about developing these human skills? I do not feel technology is not the evil in this scenario. Technology will only continue to change and evolve. It's how we facilitate the use of technology. We do still have to teach our children, our students, ourselves technological skills so we can get along in the technological age that we're in. Especially right now, our children are home. Everyone, a lot of people are working from home, and technology has given us the resource to do that. But we have to facilitate those technological skills along with real-world interactions that incorporate face-to-face communication, written communication, and emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is a very important skill on how do you deal with conflict, how do you deal with disagreements, healthy arguments, how do you get your point across with somebody. If you really want them to see something your way or your side, how do you interact with each other? These are definitely things that need to be taught. Um, Humans need to gather and interact with one another. We definitely have experienced that with this void of social isolation. So we know humans still need each other. We cannot live behind a screen and not interact. And we know that technology has been a lifesaver, but the virtual meetings, when someone's face pops up on a screen and the feelings that is expressed inside and how you interact, that can't go unnoticed. I mean, that face-to-face communication, even though technology, and we're using that through technology, but it's that face-to-face interaction that makes it so important. Our culture must learn to focus on the value of communication without the cell phone or screen first, but then we still have to take that effective communication and translate that into emails, text messages, and the like. And I definitely disagree with the AI taking over these routine jobs, truck drivers, other routine jobs that right now, as we see, are so important. These routine jobs, like I said, are saving that don't pay the CEOs, the top of the tier. These are the jobs that are making our country, run right now. So I still believe in everyone has a purpose and a place, and everyone's purpose and place isn't to be at the top. Um, Technology isn't taking these things away. We are just not embracing the value of the interaction. And honestly, I think after the COVID-19 crisis, people might embrace that a little bit more. It might be a blessing in disguise that we need to be able to effectively communicate. We all have to take part in educating each other in soft skills and human skills. This goes, with as a teacher. An example, when we first get our students together, like in orientation, this is grad school that I teach in. We show them what does it look like to draft an email to your professors, draft an email to your classmates. How do you respond to each other? You put their name, you speak to them, you use sentences, you use punctuation. What does a proper text message look like to your professor if you're running late? What do blog posts to each other look like? How do you respond? We need to educate them. And of course, the culture right now is very tech driven. People can read, instead of reading books to their children, they have an app on their phone. Why do they let the app on their phone read? Because we're so busy and it's that fast paced society. It's a cultural issue, not necessarily the technology issue. It's the cultural issue, and we need to take a step back and start interweaving the focus of our human interactions and soft skills and integrate that in with the technology. Because like I said, technology is not going away, but we definitely, the humans behind it, how we operate it, how we interact with each other, that is where we need to intervene as well. And these are my references. Thank you for your time.